Hi, my name's Siobhan Miller here at Otterbein St. Mary's. I'm the one that you've been talking to schedule your appointment for your visit. So we are so excited about the visitors coming in to Otterbein. We are way past due for this. So we're really excited. And I just wanted to take a moment to make sure that this visit is something special for our elders. So first of all, I just kind of want to recap of what we've talked about on the phone. So if your appointment is in during the day, Monday through Friday, you'll be entering in door G, and that's in towards the back of the building. Once you get here, they will test you, they will screen you, and they'll have you fill out some forms. The part of the screen is to make sure that you are feeling well, that you're not showing any signs and symptoms. And also, even though maybe you've already had the vaccine, you'll still have to be tested once a month. You'll have to be tested the very first visit and then once a month after that. You do if you've been tested somebody somewhere else and you can prove that and bring that in within if as long as it was within the last 30 days, feel free to bring that proof in and we can use that. But as you enter, if you have been vaccinated, you can go to your loved one's room. um, of course, everybody's going to have to wear a surgical mask, whether you're vaccinated or you're not vaccinated. The real difference is if you have been vaccinated, you can pretty much go anywhere on the unit on assisted living. So you can go in the dining room, you can go up and down the halls, you can push the wheelchair. If they're in a wheelchair, you can push the wheelchairs around. You can go outside, you can take walks. Right now is probably not the best time to do it, but once the weather gets nice, you can go outside. If you have not been vaccinated, everybody still have to wear a mask. You'll still have to maintain social distancing, but you'll have to go straight to your loved one's room and you have to remain there through your whole visit. The visit for somebody that has not been vaccinated can only last 45 minutes. If you have been vaccinated, then you can stay as long as you like. So once you finished your visit, you'll go right back to where you signed in and we'll have you sign out. You'll take your temperature again and you'll sign the forms and then you can leave. Now, if you have an appointment after 3 during the week or on the weekends, you will enter the assisted living main entrance. And the process is exactly the same, whether you're vaccinated or not vaccinated. So just kind of, I know we talked about it on the phone, but sometimes we forget. So if you did forget, you can plop this video back on before your visit to remind you. So this has been a crazy tough year. Um, I have no words. I've been in healthcare for over 30 years and I have no words for it. It's something that I've never thought I'd have to live through. I'm sure this is something you thought you'd never have to live through. And I'm sure it's nothing like what our residents thought they'd have to live through. So this has been difficult. This has been difficult for you. It has been difficult for our staff, but mainly it has been difficult for our residents. And you might see some changes. And if you give me a minute, I'm going to pop up a slideshow here. Well, it's not really a slideshow, but a PowerPoint. And bear with me because I'm still learning all of this. I had to learn fast, let me tell you, all this technology. So we want to take a minute to prepare you for the visit. I know that a lot of you have went through, have called regularly, maybe has used Zoom or FaceTimes. Or maybe you came to the window frequently to see your loved ones. To see them in person is a completely different feeling, not only for you, but for our residents. We have tried our hardest through this to become the residents' families, but we're not. We're really not. They miss you guys. They miss you. Okay. So we want to make sure that you completely understand some of the changes that they may have went through, because it's been a whole year. It's almost a year that this has been going on. I know I have changed. I have gained weight. I have stress to eat. I'm sure I gained a few more wrinkles. Um, my thoughts are a little bit different going through this on different subjects. And I'm sure your loved one's going to have some changes too. So we just want to take a minute to prepare you all for the reality of the situation. And not everybody is going to see big changes, but we just want to make sure everybody's prepared just in case you do see some changes, okay? So the changes I'm talking about with your loved ones are maybe the emotional effects that this has caused, the physical, maybe they were up walking the last time you've seen them and now they're confined to a wheelchair, or maybe they're just not walking as much. Maybe, they need a little bit more assistance than what they did before. So also cognitive memories. Maybe they're not as sharp. They haven't had the socialization that they're used to. So a lot of that can affect the cognition of our elders. The environment might be a little bit different. The rooms might not be as pretty as what you left them. Family members have a special magical touch when it comes to their rooms. They make sure all the spring clothes are out and the winter clothes are in, and you pick up after, pick up and redecorate. Honestly, our staff hasn't had time to do all of that because of the workload that we've been under. So don't be shocked if the room's not quite the way that you think it should be. So when you come in and you might have this moment of shock and awe, please try to hide that as much as you can. Keep that smile on your face, and even though you have a mask on, your eyes will tell it all. I know when my kids come in my house, I know exactly what kind of emotions they were having without saying a word, just by the looks of their eyes. So make sure you are smiling with your eyes no matter how you're feeling for this first visit, because this is going to be the hardest, the most emotional visit that you'll ever have in your life. Okay? So we want to make sure that we are engaging and we are having a wonderful visit. So I just wanted to take some time to give you some tips how to make this first visit special, okay? So I've just got some pointers, and I'm not trying to tell you how you need to communicate or what you need to do while you're here. These are strictly just some tips that we have seen to be very successful, okay? So you may notice that maybe they're having a harder time finding their words. So remember, they've only communicated with the staff here. They haven't communicated with the family. So they're going to be overwhelmed. Their minds are going to be going 100 miles an hour. So take a moment and let them find the words to answer your questions, okay? If you feel like they're withdrawing from the conversation, a lot of times they're just soaking that all in. They're just soaking it all in. So continue to talk, okay? All right. When you are speaking, keep the sentences short. Remember, you got that mask on, so they might not understand you very well. So you just got to make sure that you're speaking very clearly, okay? Be aware of your nonverbal messages. Let's say the room's not the way you want and you're pretty upset, okay? Make sure it doesn't show in your tone of voice. Make sure that you know that you're not all puffed up like this. They can sense that. They know, that you're upset. So just kind of be careful of how you're presenting yourself. Um, and use the even, gentle tone. Slow your speech. Like I said, the mask, it causes some difficulty completely hearing you. So be careful with that. So let go of the expectations of the elders. Accept who they are. Let's say they gain 10 pounds. Don't go in there and say, wow, you've been eating good. Nobody wants to hear that, okay? So accept it and smile. Don't be saddened or frustrated by any loss of abilities. Like I said, when you left, when the last seen them, they might have been walking very well, and now, they're needing more assist, or they're in a wheelchair. Like I said, it's been a whole year. We've changed. Okay. Let go of expectations of the visit, especially the first visit can be a little awkward. So if this visit does not go well, don't say, I'm not coming back. Please come back. It's going to take a little while. This is going to be a huge adjustment, not only for them, but for you also. And don't come in asking 100 questions. Don't ask a bunch of questions. Don't start grilling them of, what have you been doing? What did you have to eat? Try to stay away from the interrogation, okay? So I talk a lot about the mask and how, that can cause some communication gaps. So these are some things that we offer. And if you need any of these items, we have these available. We have whiteboards where you can write. Maybe that will help with the communication. We have pocket microphones that you can speak in the microphones, and they wear an ear set so they can hear you better. We got iPad connected to the headphones. And best of all, and I'm going to go through this in a little bit, we got conversation starters and activity ideas, things that you can do, preparing yourself for the visit. So we're going to go to the next slide here. So we're going to talk about some activities, maybe some prompts to create an engaging experience, okay? So, and I'm going to attach some different talking points to this email, and also some activity ideas that you can do while you're here visiting, okay? Because sometimes we don't even know where to start, or we don't know what to say, or we talk 100 miles an hour, and then there's that funny, awkward, silent, and you don't know what to say, okay? So these are just a couple examples but like I said, on the attachment, I have a whole bunch of stuff that will help you. So tell me about your collection. Maybe they collected dolls, or maybe Hummels. That was always a big thing. Let them talk about things that they remember and they enjoyed. Ask them what they see out the window. You can just look in the window. Oh, is that a cardinal out there? Do you see that cardinal? What do you think the best age is to be? You think it's 16, 21? Very interesting what you can learn from your loved one by some of these questions. So I think you will get as much out of this as what they will get out of this. So here's just a couple examples. And like I said, in the attachment, there'll be so much more. Ideas for activities. So you've talked and you don't know what else to do now. If you have a guitar, or if you have, I don't know, maybe a wonderful singing voice, or maybe you got a terrible voice like I do, but I still love to sing. Sing those old songs with them. Play that guitar of some of their favorite songs. or maybe just bring in uh, put on your phone some old songs that you know that mom and dad really liked, or that's what they danced to their wedding. Um, that we have complete phrases games, word games. You can bring in some word games. How about show and tell? Bring in a photo album. Talk about that. Maybe you had a new birth in your family, or maybe somebody got married. Bring some of those pictures in. We're thinking happy thoughts. We want to keep this live and upbeat because this is exactly what they need. Okay. Um, so, like I said, I'll have activity ideas and different things available for you. Also, I'll have an activity table, and this table is going to be full of like playing cards, adult coloring books, different things that you can take to the room and do with your loved ones. So you are more than welcome to utilize any of those activities that I have on the table there. So let's just say you have something that is upsetting you. Please do not run down the staff to try to find them because you're upset. Do not take this most valuable time that you have with your loved one and spend on that, okay? After you're done with your visit, and if you have some kind of concern maybe about the medicine, or maybe that they didn't have an undershirt on, or any kind of nursing questions, call Joan Top. And attached is the phone numbers here that we're going to give you. So if you have those concerns, but wait until after the visit, call when you get home to talk about those issues. Say that you're just upset with the whole restrictions. This is crazy that I have to wear these masks. This is crazy that I got a test. I don't like this. If you have concerns like that, please don't share that with your loved one, okay? Call Melissa Smalley, talk it through with Melissa, and hopefully she can help you through that. And the one thing that none of us, including myself, I wish I'd take more advantage of is our pastor, Bruce McDaniel. With this being such stressful times, with our loved ones here, the loved ones that maybe are around us and we still can't give them a hug, or we're just not quite understanding this and the stress of it all. And if you need that emotional or spiritual care support, reach out to Bruce. Reach out to him, please. He's here for you. And he made it, when this visits, we heard that there's going to be visits. He was the first one who came to me and said, make sure you put my name out there. I'm willing to help them through this transition. So don't be afraid to utilize him. He would be more than happy to help you through. Like I said, this is, we've been on this roller coaster ride. We've been on a roller coaster ride, and our minds are going all over the place. And sometimes we just need somebody to talk to. Maybe, we don't want to talk to our families, or maybe, definitely, don't talk to the residents about your concerns. But he is an amazing, amazing person to talk to. So I hope y'all, really utilize that. So hopefully these few tips will help you with a successful visit. And like I said, maybe you'll have a visit that just didn't go so well, or they didn't respond to you the way that, you thought they should have responded to you. Give them time. This is a huge adjustment. These are happy times. These are happy times. So hang in there. We're going to get through this together. And if you need any support, we are all here for you. We are family. Have a great day and enjoy your visit.